What's up, guys? It's Jay, more than Afterkill, and I'm back here on Borderlands 2. And I finished the Tiny Tina DLC Let's Play on my channel, and a lot of you guys have been asking, what are your thoughts and opinions on this DLC? Some of you guys are asking if it's actually worth buying because you don't have it yet, and some of you guys are just curious to see how I rate this DLC. So I figured I'd actually take some time today to sit back and think about some of the things that I really did like about this DLC, and some of the things that I kind of thought could have been done a little bit better, or absolutely just didn't like plain out. So let's start talking about the things that I do like about this DLC. First off, I thought it was really cool how they kind of reimagined the original campaign of the game through the whole fantasy setting from Tiny Tina's perspective. And it took one of the most annoying characters in the game and gave her a little bit more depth. I know she does have the horrible backstory with her parents if you do the doctor's orders inside the wildlife preserve. That is terrible, but to see her actually, really go through and struggle with some of the emotions, I thought it was a really big stepping stone for Borderlands, but I do think they missed to expand a little bit more on the RPG style world. Maybe like see a push the box puzzle, maybe like a Legend of Zelda, opening up a staircase somewhere to go someplace epic that you're not supposed to be, to get a box that you're not supposed to have. I think they really missed the boat on bringing some of those key RPG elements to the, to the table. But I really wish they would have went more with the shifting environments, like 3 or 4 different things that could have happened within the story to make it just a little bit different each time you go through. Because I did play through this twice already, once on Xbox and once on PC. And you do realize that once you do get the initial shock of the story out of the way, it's just pretty much standard DLC. So, one thing that I do like is that the enemies are not really reskins. Like, you have the psychos and bandits from the original campaign that get reskinned into, tour bikers or pirates in the Captain Scarlet Pirate Booty DLC. It really makes it feel like you're not on Pandora anymore because you're really inside of a new world with new enemies. But they do go by the standard Borderlands, you have your basic enemy, then you have your badass variant, the midget variant, and maybe an armored and projectile variant as well. So it does still stay inside the realm of Borderlands, so it still feels familiar, but you're seeing all new faces and all new places, and I really do like that. I like that. And the art in the game was really cool. I was digging the whole pastel theme, especially in the beginning and at the end when you get the really bright blues, the really deep reds. I thought that it looked really good, and even by console standards, it still looked pretty decent. But when you get this game on the PC, you're gonna realize that, man, this is actually a really beautiful DLC. So I really did. I kind of appreciated that. I can actually walk around this DLC and look at some of the environments and be like, man, it would be nice just to walk through here in real life and to have a video game, really inspire that feeling into you. It's been a while. It's been a while since I really wanted to be inside that world and, see it from my own eyes, my own perspective. So my gripe list of the DLC is actually pretty small. The one thing I didn't like about this DLC was the gameplay. Made it feel a little bit slow, a little bit tedious, and once again, I think Gearbox, they're trading the chance to have interesting fights for endless waves of enemies. And not just endless waves of enemies, endless waves of the same enemies over and over again. So even though these are new enemies inside the game, by the time I got to the end of the DLC, all these enemies felt old and they felt tired because I just murdered maybe like 1 to 2 million of these motherfuckers on the way up, and that's just to go fight the dragon, to get the chance to go fight more motherfuckers, to get the chance to go fight more other motherfuckers. So, I mean, wow. I mean, seriously, I think Gearbox needs to learn how to bring out the enemies and make a more interesting fight instead of just throwing waves and waves of the same characters. So, with the waves and waves as well, I do want to say that the console frame rate for the Xbox 360, I can say, I had some issues where there were so many enemies attacking me that my actual Xbox was dropping frames terribly just because it couldn't handle it. So I do think if they are going to bring waves and waves, they need to find a way to at least make sure that it doesn't drop frames on whatever platform it's on. Now, when I ran this on my Nvidia PC that has my GTX Titan 6GB card, it plowed through the entire DLC without a problem. So we do know that this is actually the Xbox's fault because it has, the hardware limitations of only 500 megabytes of RAM, which your phone in your pocket has more RAM than. So, I mean, it's not really Gearbox's fault, but if they are going to release a DLC or any type of games for that type of platform, they need to make sure that it can handle it or scale back the number of enemies to make sure that it actually works, and you won't have a pretty monotonous time running through 1 million enemies on the way up to run through more enemies. So, let's just sum up this entire DLC. The story, it was solid, and it had rare emotional and adult situations that you don't really see in Borderlands, and you kind of think, man, the game feels like it matured a little bit, and then they drop a fart joke on you, and it's all good, and you realize that you're playing Borderlands again. So I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. But I still enjoy Captain Scarlet's DLC a little bit more, just because, the gameplay wasn't a slogfest horde of enemies like Tiny Tina's DLC was. And Gearbox seems to trade the difficulty and balance in order to service a very small portion of hardcore elitist players. And I wouldn't mind seeing them focus a little bit more on making some interesting, memorable set-piece fights instead of just throwing a ton of enemies that one-shot kill you. And the raid boss at the end of this DLC is actually 100% sums up the entire DLC all in one little ball, which is pretty much a big fuck you to the average solo player that just wanted to pick up the game for fun, and they're not trying to go for elite challenges. There are plenty of games out there that offer those types of challenges. Borderlands is not one of them, and Gearbox, you need to fucking learn that. So, my name is Jay, more than Afterkill. Make sure you guys rate, comment, subscribe. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you could throw a thumbs up on this video, I would highly appreciate it. But also, leave in the comment section down below what you thought about this DLC, and if you disagree with what I said, respectfully reply, and we'll start a dialogue, and we'll see exactly where that goes, because that's a lot of fun. So, like I said, my name is Jay, more than Afterkill. Make sure you guys rate, comment, subscribe. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you could throw a thumbs up on this video, I would highly appreciate it, because it gives me motivation to make more videos for you motherfuckers that watch my motherfucking videos. That is a lot of motherfucking words, and I'm gonna see you guys later.